Good morning, everybody. We'll call to order our regular meeting of the Mason County Board of Commissioners for Tuesday, May 9th, 2017. Begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. If Conley Watson, if you'd please lead us today.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And if the clerk would please take the roll.
Commissioner District 1, Randy Netherland, is absent. Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Terry Jeffries.
Here.
Thank you. Item number 4, correspondence. If the clerk would please report the correspondence.
The Washington Department of Natural Resources sent in a county income report for the state forest transfer and purchase lands.
Thank you. Item number 5, it's an opportunity for citizens to address the commission on items not listed on today's agenda. If you'd like to come forward and address us, please just come forward to the podium and the chair will recognize you.
You know me, I'm always talking about stuff, but this Friday at 6 o'clock at the Civic Center, we are having our annual Spellibration. Sound Learning has, for years, except for last year we didn't do it, had a Spellibration, and it's an adult spelling bee, and there's great stuff to eat, and there's great stuff to auction. So come and support us and have a great time.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, move to item number 6, is the adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adopt the agenda as presented.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded that we adopt today's agenda as presented. I'll call for the vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, approval of minutes. We have minutes from May 1st, briefing, and April 25th, regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Chair, I move the approval of the minutes.
I will second that. It's been moved and seconded that we approve the minutes from May 1st and April 25th. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8 is our action agenda for today. We will go through and read the items on today's agenda. At that point, if a commissioner or a member of the public would like to have an item removed for a separate vote, we'll entertain that at that time. I will read items 8.1 and 2, and Commissioner Jeffries, if you would please take 8.3 and 4. Item 8.1, approval to have the chair sign the interlocal agreement between Mason and Thurston County, allowing either party to provide traffic and road maintenance services. Item 8.2, approval to set a public hearing for June 6, 2017 at 9:30 a.m. to consider an ordinance amending Mason County Code Title 14, Building and Construction, Chapter 14.08, Building Code Amendments, and amending Section 14.08.031 to allow exemptions for agricultural storage structures and cargo containers as storage.
Item 8.3, approval of warrants. Claims Clearing Fund, warrants number 8048288 through 8048405, totaling $681,234.96, for a total approval today of $681,234.96. Item 8.4, approval to amend the interlocal agreement between Mason County and Thurston County that established the Thurston Mason Behavioral Health Organization, TMBHO. The amendment allows for the TMBHO to organize as an LLC, as authorized by RCW 39.34.030, subsection 3B. This agreement shall commence upon final approval of the counties and shall be enforced until such time it is terminated by the participating counties.
Okay, very good. So again, if a commissioner or citizen would like to have an item removed, would also entertain discussion at this time. And entertain a motion.
Just a little bit of discussion before I make the motion. Item 8.1, I appreciate our Public Works Department and our acting road engineer regarding the interlocal agreement with Thurston County. Thurston County has apparently will be able to, with their schedule clearance, do the striping of our roads, which we do annually, because those stripes, as you know, tend to wear down pretty quickly over winter weather. We'll be using a different type of striping material, and so it'll look a little bit different, and I want folks just to be aware of that, but it also will provide a substantial savings to the county, so thank you, everybody, for your work towards bringing this forward. And then item 8.4 is kind of a necessary function. The Thurston Mason Behavioral Health Organization, in order to file annual financial reports with the state auditor's office as a separate entity from Thurston County, needs to have in some sort of documentation an intent to be a separate entity from Thurston County. The Regional Support Network, which preceded the Behavioral Health Organization, was almost completely contracted or a function of Thurston County, and over these last few months we've been trying to separate out as a separate entity. So whether or not the Thurston Mason Behavioral Health Organization does finally formulate as an LLC is still under discussion, but needed to have some sort of intent language for the state auditor's office to be able to accept financial reports as a separate entity. So that's what that item is all about. And with that, Mr. Chair, I would move the approval of all items on the action agenda.
I'll second that. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion carries. Moving to item number 9, other business and opportunity for department heads and elected officials to come forward. Seeing none, we will move to, there is no public hearings today, so we'll move on to item 11. It's our board reports and calendar. And I'll start. So just a couple of things from last week. I did go on a ride along with Deputy Colbinson from the Sheriff's Office last week. Good to get a sort of front row seat to the work that they're doing in our community, and a lot of it was focused on building relationships in the community, which is the it's an important part of the job, and I appreciated the opportunity to be along for the day. I also visited Quixote Village in Thurston County. Quixote Village is a tiny home community for homeless individuals who are no longer homeless. They have permanent housing there, and so there's some legislation going forward that might bring that similar model here to Mason County, and so I appreciated the opportunity to go and take a tour of Quixote Village. I was joined on that by Tom Davis and City Commissioner Kathy McDowell. This week, we're celebrating a couple things this week. First off, today's National Teachers Day, so thank a teacher. It's also, last week we did Corrections Officers Week. We're honoring them this week, and then it's also Nurses Week. Nurses Week is one that's a little bit near and dear to my heart. My wife is a nurse, and so definitely appreciate all the work our nurses are doing in the community. And for those of you that might not know, public health, we have 5 nurses here that work in public health for the county, and so I had a few minutes to get over there yesterday and thank them for everything they're doing in Mason County. Today, after our commission meeting, we'll have interviews for the Board of Equalization. Then I'll be off to a MACECOM board meeting this afternoon. We have our jail subcommittee meeting again later this week. I'll be attending a Building Code Council meeting in Olympia. And then one other item that I wanted to point out for next week, just to give a little bit of a heads up to people that might be interested in attending, is the Department of Transportation is hosting an open house on the 16th to discuss improvements to the 101 and Lynch Road intersection. So it's going to be at Skookum Hall, and I believe it goes from 4 to 7. So I encourage everybody who's interested in that to get out and attend that meeting and hear the alternatives and the options that DOT is bringing forward. And I will also be attending that. So, but I wanted to mention, I know that's next week, a week from now, but I wanted to make sure everybody had a chance to hear about it and plan to attend. So,
Okay.
Commissioner?
So following last week's meeting, let's see, we had, I had a very light week last week, so I did a lot of, like I said, desk work. Did attend the open house of the Peninsula Community Health Services, new services up in Belfair. Brand new healthcare facility that is pretty much all-inclusive. Dental health, primary health care, behavioral health, and a pharmacy all under one roof, and they do accept Medicaid, so that is very welcome here in the community. We have very few dental services that take Medicaid services, so we're very happy that Peninsula Community Health Services opted to come here into Mason County. They're ready to take patients, so go on up there if you're looking for some new providers in any of those areas. Friday, thank you very much, Commissioner Schutte, for taking part in a series of 4 promotional videos for the county. And we traveled all over the county and interviewed folks and had them on film and took great shots of the county, and that was a good exercise for me to see the county with different eyes, the eyes of a videographer. And then we'll look forward to the final product here, hopefully in the next coming weeks. Let's see, we had our briefings yesterday, and then following today's meeting, the Accountable Community of Health, which is the 6 regions of 6-county region, are having at 10 o'clock at the Transit Center, having a meeting to talk about what is Washington State received a Medicaid waiver to do some innovative things that are normally not accepted or covered by Medicaid, and they're calling it the Medicaid transformation, and they're doing an intro of what are the types of things that they're doing with this waiver. 10 o'clock at the Transit Center this morning, and then we'll have interviews of the Board of Equalization candidates, and then I will have a pre-agenda planning meeting with Mason Transit Authority, and then I leave for the next 3 days for a Washington State Association of Counties Board of Directors meeting. We're going to start off with, as Dave Wyndham is speaking a lot about, what are the county's most primary interests in public health essentials is the launching discussion, and then we'll go on for I think a 3-year strategic planning session over the next couple days as well as a regular board meeting. So I'll be up in Winthrop for the rest of this week. And I will also be attending that Lynch Road Department of Transportation meeting. Unfortunately, it coincides at the beginning with our Mason Transit Authority meeting, so we'll try to keep that a quick meeting. And then, so back here on Monday for briefings.
Okay, very good.
Oh, and I do want to do a shout out. For those that don't know what they're doing for Mother's Day, there is a community performance up at Harmony Hill at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Free concert, some really, really great pieces. And of course, my daughter's singing, so I'm going to push it hard. So 3 o'clock, Harmony Hill, if you don't have anything else. What a great location, and what a great way to spend Mother's Day.
Perfect. Very good. Okay, item number 12, adjournment.
Mr. Chair, I move that we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you. You enjoy the day.
Quickie. That we broke a record.